Initially, Adani moved to Mumbai in the early 1980s, where he tried his hand at diamond trading. However, his real breakthrough didn't come until 1993, when he shifted gears and entered the world of infrastructure, specifically ports. This was a pivotal move. His first major success was the creation of Adani Ports, which would become the backbone of his massive business empire. India's rapidly growing economy at the time, paired with a burgeoning need for modern infrastructure, allowed Adani to tap into a booming market. Within a few short years, Adani Ports became one of the largest private port operators in India, dominating key locations like Mundra Port in Gujarat. As the 2000s rolled in, Adani didn't stop at ports. He expanded his empire into other sectors like energy, power, logistics, and even real estate. One of his most high-profile moves came when he ventured into the energy sector. His company, Adani Power, went on to become one of the largest thermal power producers in India. This expansion was driven by the need for energy in India's growing industrial sector. In addition to power, Adani also made significant investments in solar energy, positioning his company as a leader in green energy through Adani Green Energy. This commitment to renewable energy caught the attention of global investors, adding another layer to his growing fortune. By the mid-2010s, Adani's conglomerate, the Adani Group, had reached the zenith of its power. He became a household name, and his wealth soared to extraordinary heights. In 2020, he briefly surpassed Bill Gates as the world's fourth richest person. His companies controlled not only the country's ports, but also airports, electricity transmission lines, and mines. His rise was symbolic of India's increasing dominance on the global economic stage. He wasn't just seen as a businessman, but as an embodiment of India's rapid economic growth and modernization, drawing comparisons to other billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk in the West. His estimated net worth at its peak reached over $150 billion, making him one of the wealthiest people in the world. His success story was the kind of rags to riches narrative that people love to celebrate, the embodiment of the entrepreneurial dream. However, as with many tales of immense wealth, Adani's story has not been free from controversy. Along with his meteoric rise, there have been serious questions about how exactly he built his empire. Over the years, his companies have faced a series of allegations involving corporate malfeasance, regulatory violations, and even environmental destruction. These controversies have always lingered in the background, but in 2024, his name is making headlines again, this time due to a number of serious legal issues. Among the most troubling accusations are allegations of bribery and corruption. Investigations in both India and internationally have suggested that Adani's companies may have used bribery to win lucrative contracts from the government. This has drawn the attention of law enforcement agencies and regulators who are now actively probing these claims. The questions surrounding how Adani's companies secured critical infrastructure projects have raised eyebrows, with accusations suggesting that political influence and illicit practices were at play behind the scenes. For example, it has been alleged that Adani's companies may have used illegal means to fast-track approvals for their projects or bypass certain regulations that would normally impede business growth. Some critics claim that Adani used his political connections to exert pressure on government officials to secure favorable deals. These claims are particularly concerning because of the scale of the projects involved, massive, high-value infrastructure contracts that impact millions of people and critical sectors of the economy, such as energy, transportation, and real estate. As of 2024, Adani is facing several ongoing investigations into these alleged practices. The legal ramifications could be huge, potentially affecting not only his business empire, but also the entire Indian corporate landscape. If these charges prove to be true, Adani could face severe consequences, including fines, restrictions, or even the unwinding of some of his key projects. What makes these allegations even more serious is the international aspect. Given the global nature of his businesses, the bribery investigations aren't just confined to India. International watchdogs, investors, and regulators have also started to closely scrutinize the Adani Group's operations. Companies and financial institutions that have invested in Adani's businesses are now under pressure to reassess their relationship with the billionaire's empire. If these allegations are proven in court, it could lead to a loss of investor confidence, a plunge in stock prices, and even potential legal actions against foreign investors who are complicit in these dealings. For someone whose wealth is so intertwined with the perception of success, this would be nothing short of catastrophic. Another element of the controversy is the environmental impact of Adani's projects. His group has faced criticism for damaging ecosystems and exploiting natural resources, especially in areas like mining and power generation. The construction of large-scale coal mines and the expansion of ports, in particular, have led to protests from environmental activists. Many believe that Adani's companies have prioritized profit over sustainability, causing irreversible harm to the environment. This issue only adds another layer of complexity to his legal troubles. Environmental laws are becoming stricter around the world, and any violation of these regulations could result in not only legal penalties but also boycotts from global consumers who are becoming increasingly concerned about corporate sustainability. Despite these mounting legal and ethical challenges, Adani has remained defiant. He has continually denied any wrongdoing and asserts that his business practices are above board. He has argued that his companies are well within the bounds of the law, and any accusations of bribery or corruption are politically motivated attacks designed to undermine his success. But as the investigations into his businesses continue, the pressure on him is only increasing. Some are wondering if Adani's empire, built on aggressive growth and an aggressive approach to business, will be able to withstand the legal scrutiny it's facing. The events of 2024 have put Gautam Adani at a crossroads. His future in business now hinges on the outcome of these legal battles. If the allegations of bribery and corruption are proven, it could spell disaster for Adani, affecting not just his personal wealth, but also the future of his conglomerate. For investors, the situation is an unfolding drama, with global financial markets watching closely. If he emerges victorious from these legal challenges, he could solidify his place as one of the world's most influential businessmen. However, if the investigations take a darker turn, it could mark the beginning of the end for one of the fastest-growing fortunes in history. In the broader context, Gautam Adani's situation also sheds light on the complexities of corporate governance and the role of business tycoons in shaping national policy. His case may spark wider debates on the relationship between business and politics in India and around the world. In a country where corruption and crony capitalism have been long-standing concerns, Adani's legal troubles could force a rethinking of how businesses operate, how political influence is wielded, and whether India's booming economy can maintain its growth without sacrificing transparency and accountability. So, while Gautam Adani's rise from a small-town boy to one of the world's richest individuals is an inspiring tale of ambition and success, the story of how he built his fortune is far from a simple one. It's one filled with both admiration and suspicion, with legal battles and controversies that could either solidify or completely unravel his empire. As of 2024, all eyes are on Adani to see how this chapter of his life unfolds. Will he rise above these challenges, or will the allegations of bribery and corruption bring down the empire he built? Only time will tell.